Oh no, I don't have a hat on. I see. I'm not bald. Just back there. um, right when I went and picked up my wind generator, I had something else I picked up was the Red Rider and the Secret of Wolf Canyon. Huh? Yeah, there's some secrets in here because I just went to the index, the contents, and right there. Let's see, where is it? There it is. Underneath, too far to walk. In here, he has. Okay, I got a bookmark where I need it. He has a chapter in Once Upon a While. Um, Me and Little Beaver. Me and Little Beaver in Once Upon a While. Me, me and Mommy Joe. Me and Little Beaver. I think that was me and Suzanne Summers in the back, right? Let's see, what was it? Oh, uh, partying with Suzanne Summers. So, partying with Suzanne Summers. So, Suzanne Summers must be fun to party with if Forrest mentioned that. He had, where's Memories That Never Die? Yeah, that's going to be Lessons from the Forest. There's sure. Yeah. Where's Moses? That's the important one. Things he covets, like the treasure, it's not yours until he's dead and gone. Remnants of the past. Where's Me and Little Beaver? I know it's in here. Or was that in Once Upon Too Far to Walk? Yeah, I didn't. I thought I knew where it was in here. Oh, I know where it is. Yeah, it's this one coming up. It's way in the beginning. There you go. Me and Little Beaver. He's talking about Fred Harmon. I thought I saw Fred. No, he's not on that picture. But he's talking about Fred Harmon and the Red Rider BB gun that he was shooting the metal arcs with. Yeah. And so that's what that. So we're going back to, and Fred Harmon lived in Pagosa Springs. The Fred Harmon Museum is in Pagosa Springs, but I went there last summer, this summer, and it's been shut. It's closed. It's because he passed away, and nobody's running it, I guess. So, hey, if they need someone to run it, I know some Fenn fans that would love to. So, but anyhow, Fred Harmon was the Red Rider. I got their book about the secret and the secret of Wolf Canyon. Okay, and so I went to this chapter. Oh, because of his poem, and I look in the contents, and if Forrest Fenn went in there alone, right? Me and Little Beaver, and here's the chapter. Little Beaver on his own. Little Beaver on his own. Me and Little Beaver, huh? Little Beaver wasn't on his own when he's with Little Beaver, but if Little Beaver went in there alone, and you go in here to that chapter in the second page of that chapter, he's saying When the banker was out of out of sight, heading down the trail, and his footsteps could no longer be heard on the hard rock, Red Rider took little Beaver aside, and here's where Forrest Fenn stuff comes in. You got to talk fast, young'un, so listen close. Little Beaver nodded. You're saying here, Red consisted, I'll trump up some reason or other to tell Wilkins I want you to scout or scant. Scout or scout is could be scant around, scant around, scout around, and find out if there's another way out of that ravine down there. A ravine and a canyon are pretty much the same. Must be put in the little fellow. Must be put in the little. I mean, I've only read that. Two paragraphs here, 3 paragraphs, and there's a whole bunch from his poem. There's a put in, little fellow. Ravine, big trap this way. That's the way I figure it. Now, when you find the other entrance, ride back to Wolf Creek and head the posse here fast as possible. Well, I'll be waiting. Why you no capture Wilkins now? Asked Little Beaver. Because I want to find a few things, or find out a few things from him, answered Red. There's a lot of killing around here, and that needs explaining, as I got to get Wilkins to start begging about. So, but anyhow, those few little sentences there, there's put in the little fellow, must be put in the little fellow. Ravine's a big trap. So there's subtle little hints in there, and it's cool. It comes out of the, and Wolf Creek is no place for the meek. So, so would if there was a Bear Creek or something and all that. But I do have the Homer Brown and where warm water halts and all that ties into it. But I've just started looking at this, and so I want to find probably more little subtle hints. But and the reason I'm making another video and not out there is it's raining on and off. It was supposed to be a 20% chance of rain, and it's rained like 4 or 5 times already today, and hail the last time just a few minutes ago. So no comments. Yeah, so the Red Rider, Secret of Wolf Canyon. I got it for like $5. Yeah, it was by Fred Harmon, and it's not by Fred Harmon. It's somebody else wrote it based on Fred Harmon's comic book, based on the famous newspaper strip by Fred Harmon. Story by S.S. Stevens, Stevens. Some people spell it with a PH. Whitman Publishing. Do they make them candies and chocolates too? Whitman. you on wacky backy? Wacky backy. What's wacky backy? I don't know what backy is. But yeah, the Red Rider, Secret of Wolf Canyon. And the other thing, this one, it's got it belonged to Robert Sundab. Oh, S-U-N Sundby. Sundby. What a strange name. From don't know. It was like Pop and Mom, Christmas 1946. So this is at least as old as December 1946. During the World War II, this uh, I guess his parents gave him this book for Christmas in 1942. Wackus Bacchus. From the lack of that Wackus. Wackus Bacchus. Wackus Bacchus was smoking. He wasn't smoking wacky tobacco. He was eating mushrooms. Some Middle Eastern mushroom cult. A lot of them spiritual things. Those people were drinking and doing all kinds of mind altering drugs when they had their visions. Most all of them. Today you criticize it. So see, that's Christmas 1946 that is in this book. So it's that old. Let's see. That's 50. It'll be 66. So this book's 70 years old. So this guy was a kid, was able to read when he got it at least, and so he's probably about Forrest's age or something. Or this came from somebody. He's probably passed away, and this probably came from an estate sale, and it was on. I got it from Amazon. I haven't bought. It's the only thing I bought from Amazon in the last year because they or since March. It's the only thing I bought from them since March because they took their annual payment day before my birthday. Screwed up my birthday. I gotta get my tea. It's over boiling. It's spilling over, trying to put out my flame. Instead of soda, drink tea. There it is, the Fanatic Cup. And what is everybody saying while I'm getting my tea? There's talking behind my back here. It's a Latin. Yeah, that's like none of my Monty Python. Biggest Dickus. Life of Brian. Do you have no? That the natives here had the mushrooms up here. The natives down in Texas had the peyote, and they come up the Rio Grande, and they would trade with each other, and they mixed them both together, I think, and that's why they were such good artists. That's how they were able to make that art in 4 dimensions. Man, you want to try? These things were really good. I found these Hershey's. It's got Hershey's Gold. They got peanuts and pretzels in them, and so they're kind of a peanut butter color, but yeah, they're yummy. They're a little crunchy, better than a crunch bar. But you want to get Red Ryder and the Secret of Wolf Canyon, like I was reading there. Wolf Riders, because I went to because he has the chapter about me and Little Beaver. Me and Little Beaver was Red Ryder, the kid in Red Ryder, So, it was a kid's story thing. And the story in here, Little Beaver alone, or on his own, his I have gone alone in there. And then he talks about a put in and listen good and all that. It's right in that one chapter of the, oh, what page was that? 183. So it was like 185 because it was like the second page. Little Beaver on his own. Yeah, page 184. And yeah, you got to talk fast, young un. So listen close. Uh-huh. Little Beaver nodded. You're staying here, Red continued. I'll trump on some reason or other to tell Wilkins. So, he's telling Little Beaver to stay there. Listen good, stay here. You're staying here, Red. I'm trumping on some reason or other to tell Wilkins. I want you to scout around and find that if there's another way out of that ravine down there. So that ravine down there, that one right down there is down there. There's a ravine down there, or a canyon. So must be put in the little fellow. Ravine, big trap this way. Now this is, oh, okay. And another thing about this, if you can, look at the punctuation. I'm gonna turn the camera so you can see it, so you can read it. I gotta switch. Oh, right there. There. So this is a chapter here. Yeah, talk fast, young'un. So listen close. You're staying here. I'll trump up some reason to tell Wilkins. I want you to scout around for an out if there's another way out. Oh, that ravine down there. Now look at all the punctuation. You know, look at that punctuate all the way across there. The punctuation. You know, this is where Forrest Fenn learned to write. Yeah. Yes. I smashed my finger. Ow. Put in the little felt. Must be put in. And then put must be ravine big trap. That's the way I figure it. Now when you find the other entrance, ride back to Wolf Creek and head the posse here fast as possible. I'll be waiting. What? Okay, so I don't think Forrest Fenn's going to be waiting up here. Because I want to find out from him. Find out the answer's red. Something like that, yeah. But I got to find out where all the papers and things in Caldwell so he doesn't have any loopholes in time being him trails. Okay, little Beaver, Red whispered quickly. You betch'em. Betch'em? What's that? You betch'em. You betch'em. Okay. So he likes to make up words too. Reaching at the top of the lead away. Yeah. You and Little Beaver can ride Sam's horse. Double double till you pick up your own cases, casses. He said, grunting as he lifted his heavy body into his own saddle. Little Beaver staying here, replied Red. So Little Beaver's staying there. He's gonna scout around. But that's all neat, you know. That there's so much right here. You're staying here. Listen close and put in ravines big. So yeah, there's some stuff. There's something there. It's the Red Rider Secret of Wolf Canyon. I got it on Amazon. You can find it on Amazon and and Amazon, eBay, whatever. But yeah, I was fooling with my. I'll show you what else I got. See, I got my. So you know that spins when the wind comes up. So I'm working on getting that put fixed up. And I got to put this. I got to get this welded onto the top of the pole that I'm putting it on. So they give you, you know, it's like, why didn't you have a common pipe thread in there or something to hook it on, you know? So you know, because it's a 6/100th of an inch too small for my pipe to go through it. I wonder if I can cut some threads in there and put some threads on my pipe. I can't. It's not really a threadable pipe, but if there was, but I'm just gonna bring it and have my pipe welded on here, and then it goes like it'll be straight up, and I'll put the wind turbine on top of it, and I'm gonna have it on the side of the RV, so, or I'm gonna have it on the top so it'll stand up, or I'll have it on the side where when I'm traveling, I slide it down and just put it lower. Take the. I gotta have a way to fold it down and have it laying flat on the roof with the tail up in the air. And I've got some ideas that'll work pretty good. Yeah, it's this. They had this big pipe. This got to go here. So I got to get it welded on there. It fits in the bezel here, bevel part. The pipe fits in there, but the hole through it won't go all the way through. So it's a perfect size to fit that. And then the fan goes on top, and the wire. I already got the wire, and I've got the. See, this tells you a whole lot. See, it's because it's Chinese. But yeah, in electronics, this comes from the motor to the. So these green wires, they go to the motor, to the generator, and the red and black, of course, go to the battery. Positive and negative. Boop, boop. Simple. And so, and I got a spool of solder came in the mail, so I'm going to solder the wires instead of crimping and all that. I'm going to solder it, and then I got some 20 mil tape. Cover them up. And when you solder the wire, what you do is you got 3 wires, right? Well, you solder this. You you have the next one. So where they're staggered, going you want it a little longer, so that when it's soldered together, these two. See, if you solder them all in the same place, if something goes wrong, all those wires are together. So you want them staggered, one here, and one here. So they and then if something goes wrong with one of them, it's not going to short straight over to the other without burning through the other wires first. But it's a 400 watt generator, and these wires are like number 14 or number 16 wires, and I got a 12 gauge wires, so I'm going to hook them up to. So my wires I'm hooking onto can carry more current than those, so I'm not. You don't want to have too small wires because they'll get too hot. I see some solar panels. This is 600 watts, and it has wire that's 600 watts and 19 volts, and you need X. That's this number of amps, and for that many amps, the amperage is what determines the wire size. The voltage doesn't matter, but the amperage determines what size wire you use. The total watts doesn't matter, because 120 watts on a AC line is 1 amp. When you plug in, that's 1 amp for 120 watts. But 120 watts on a 12 volt DC battery from your car, that's 10 amps to get 120 watts. So 10 amps, you want to have at least a number 14 wire, or 16, 14. And 14 is bigger than 16, so the bigger the better. But you don't have to have a giant. Just a size bigger, size or two bigger, it never hurts. Hey, y'all, hey, words about your pipe fitting. Yeah. Well, I was an electrician, so and I did commercial work. Hey, David. Hooah. I don't know. Just hanging out here. I was telling about my Red Rider book. In the chapter, because he has the chapter on Little Beaver in Once Upon a While, and in here is Little Beaver on his own, and you go to Little Beaver on his own, and they're talking about a ravine down in the ravine, and put in, and must be put in the little fellow. Put in the little fellow. Oh, see, he's telling Little Beaver to put in, stay here. He says, you're staying here. And he's put in, little fellow. Ravine, big trap this way. He's don't follow us down the ravine. So that changes quite a bit. Yeah, no kidding, in the book. You're shooting your eye out. You're shooting your eye out. All right, Rider BB gun. Yeah, I got one of the newer. I got a little pump BB gun I bought last winter. Yeah, to it was mostly because the mice were avoiding the traps. And so you can't have them running wild in the place. So yeah, I got a BB gun. I'm pretty good. I outdated the term bullseye because yeah, I now have a term. It's mouse eye. You know, that was a mouse eye shot. It wasn't a bullseye shot. It was a mouse. Where they? Oh, I hit him in the eye. That's a good shot. It being the BB's bigger in its eye. I have shot my share of mice. Good shooting me in the eye. Yeah. Yeah, I shot a rat through the neck and it popped his eyes out. That was a 22, little hollow point 22. And that bullet's still in the frame of my RV. It went clink. The trap had knocked him silly. It didn't kill him, and I thought he was going to come to, so I shot him. uh, so yeah, I'm reading about the little beaver. When you talk about the little beaver, you can't help but think about some other channels. Oh heck yeah, Hollow Point would blow him out. Yeah, yeah, it did. Yeah, yeah. Forrest's wife, her name's Peggy Proctor, right? Well, when I was a kid, I dated a Paula Proctor. No, wow. Oh, I hope she's not watching. I met some girl I met at Disneyland, Paula Proctor, and I think her was that the there was some girl. Her father was a uh, a urologist named Proctor. Okay, it's like a proctologist, and I met one of the Procter and Gamble proctors at his office in Aurora, Colorado, back in about 1989, I think it was, or no, might have been before, might have been 1979 that I met him. Sometime, I don't know, it was 89 or 79, way back then. But there's a lot in the red, it's even my got my name of my canyon on, Secret of Wolf Canyon. So okay, sniper attack the morning after, cave of terror. Among the skeletons was Forrest Fenn, unmasked. The escape, the deception, Red Rider turns outlaw, Wolf Riders, Red Rider's great bluff, Little Beaver on his own. That got my attention because as I've gone alone in there, Wolf Canyon. And Little Beaver on his own, and he's giving Little Beaver instructions to stay here. So put in means stay here. Jeez. But you can't stay there because there's so much over here. But it might be over there. But there's a whole lot of private property over there. And yeah, I'm gonna have to do some more searching in there. Because that's like the beginning. Grab all the bananas on your way back, because okay, you went all the way over here. Now you got all the way back to where you started. it's not as easy as people think. That that comment about private. No, no. There's private property and there's national forest. The best way to find between the private property and the national forest is through the county assessors GIS maps. Will show all the property lines and stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Well, it's kind of like I didn't notice the bananas till I was over halfway to the end of the rainbow, and you go back and you find the ones that you didn't see in the beginning. You know, some maybe it's something to do with going back over your memories. And uh, I tried practice remembering my I try refreshing my memories of the past and things that have happened in the past. What I can remember, I can't remember my sister dropping me from the water tank. You know, and we had a water tank with a windmill, and there's a stairway going up there, and there's like a walk around the water tank or door. And she was lowering me with rope and ran out of rope and dropped me to the ground. I was only like 4, the most. Gene Scott, Gene Scott, Gene Scott. Oh, okay, I'll watch to look him up. I was just, this is temporary beard. I'll cut it off one day. Um, so, yeah, this is, I think, an important book. The Red Rider's mentioned in it. And he mentions other important literature too. But and the the 2 second books were like, here's some more information might help you find the treasure. Because everything has is kind of linked together, you know. Um, um, it's like your parents; they're 2 separate people, but you're a part of both of them. You know, uh, so you're a hint of either one, or you're a hint of everybody in your family tree in your past. I yeah, it's good to watch. Catch up with you, brother. Yeah. So, um, yeah, well, my brother's not watching, probably because he's driving a truck right now. um, what do I talk about now? Because that was something I just got pulled the book out, and 10 minutes I found that in there by just going by a hunch that little Beaver, who he talks about in Once Upon a While in the Fred Harmon, me and little Beaver, me and little Beaver. What's he got in common with little Beaver? Read Red Rider. And RF Hecky, I bet. Yeah, she's got to send me. Send me an email, wabbyeagle@gmail.com, Susie, and I'll send you some of my pictures that you'll see a lot more in these pictures I've got than you do in Forrest Fenn's pictures. Yeah. Yeah, where is that? Me and Little Beaver. Right here. Yeah. He's got me and Little Beaver. Red Rider. Red Rider. Red Rider, Red Rider. Red Rider. Same Red Rider. So, and me and Little Beaver. And Little Beaver's a Homer Brown also. Beavers are brown. Most beavers, well, now, I can't say all beavers are brown. That wouldn't be the truth. Yeah, yeah. But out in the wild, you're not going to see many shaved beavers. Yeah, yeah, not out there in the wild. Not unless you bring one with you. Yeah. Um. And, and if you're going hunting with that other guy, you might want to hide your beaver. Oh man, I think I'm falling into a beaver trap here. Yeah. We'll have to ask Forrest, who is Little Beaver? Me and Little Beaver. We know it's the cartoon character that's in here. So, yeah, this would be Little Beaver down here. This little Indian. Little Beaver is an Indian. And he's Red Rider. So I guess Red Rider wears a red shirt and a white hat. He didn't wear a black hat. Forrest Fenn, we had a lineup at the other day down there in Santa Fe, and he ID'd Carl Thomas as the guy that punched him in the nose when he was a little kid. Oh, I do have a one clip from the from down there. I got a little video clip of Forrest talking. Where to go? There, Nikon. I'm still filling up with one in. Oh, do, 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 do. Where is he? There it is. I'll show you. Here we go. Ta-da. Toby, of course, and he's live streaming this on YouTube. And Mike and the whole gang, I want to thank you very much, although I didn't have anything to do with it. Thank you very much. You wouldn't be here. Okay. Yeah. And here, since we're here, this is when I was leaving town. Let's see which one's longer. 9 seconds, 10 seconds. This was the last one. That's when I was leaving town. Yeah. And here we go. And Mike. Huh? There's they solved the. I have where warm water salt. Oh, around too far to walk. So, too far to walk is it's too far to walk. What is that? Would I take a picture of some elevator button? I don't know. There's Sean Martinez and his girlfriend Forrest. Forrest was leaving and they just showed up there at the Blue Corn. There's Forrest and Sean and Shiloh. Terry Scant. Terry Scant, yeah. It is Terry, a scout, maybe. Where's. We're going back in time. There's me and Forrest. There's Mike in the back. The belt buckle. Oh, someone to see the belt buckle, right? Closer, closer, closer. Cary Grant. Cary Grant and North by Northwest. Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest with Cary Grant. And, and, and they end up on the top of Mount Rushmore. Bunch of rock sculpture. Yeah. North by Northwest. It's on YouTube. You can watch it for free. There's Forrest and Mike. There's Jamie, and Forrest is behind her back there. And his daughter. And there's Mike. And there's Cynthia. And there's Chris. And there's Forrest and his granddaughter. There's Forrest and his granddaughter. And that's my dog doing the cha-cha out back of because he was thrown out, so he was dancing in the street, you know. Oh, rotate him. Here. Yeah, he found a little girlfriend outside, and there's see because old Leroy's showing his belly. Jack was thrown out. Dorothy didn't want him in there because he was calling for the dog that was outside. Yeah, there's some. These were on the way down there. But I took pictures coming back and up the other way. Oh, here we go. These were what I. Okay, and go this way. I took these while I was driving, just put the camera out the window. Do, do. Yeah, this was my sunset driving back from going down to Santa Fe. This is near Ghost Ranch and stuff, or Brazos, or somewhere up there. It was a nice sunset, but I took too many pictures. You get on to the good ones here. Oh, see that? Even driving by, that come out cool, you know. And even the flash from my camera got off the building. I was just cruising by. Hey, Steven. Hey, bro. Yes, it was a team. Everyone did great. Okay, get on to the. I got some good ones. Oh, I'm going the wrong freaking way again. Here we go. Here's some good ones. So, yeah, this was that sunset driving home. There might be raindrops on the lens. there's a cool one. Isn't that nice? That was on my way home from Santa Fe. Well, home. I'm basically RV on the ground, treasure hunting. There's a truck going by. Yeah, it was great evening. And when I got there, Forrest says, "You're gonna get drunk tonight." I'm not. I'm driving home tonight. No, I didn't get drunk. I had one drink there, and I didn't catch one of the free ones. That was put on a couple weeks ago. Amazingly, like Alaska. Uh, 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 uh. Yeah, it was ugly sunset, you know. Um, okay, oh, switch back to me. But I don't know who didn't catch what this thing was about. Was the Red Rider book, Little Beaver in here, and he went alone. Little Beaver, Little Beaver on his own is gone alone in there. You saw that chapter, and then there's put in, and put in means sit right here, stay here, and me and Little Beaver. So where did he tell Little Beaver to stay? Below the home of Brown, and so that just makes it even more like, this thing covers miles and miles, and it can be anywhere. Uh, Anywhere within 500 feet of a road where people have drove by within 500 feet. Yeah, Forrest, he knows my location. He sloughs it off. You can't. It, and he knows me, but he doesn't ever mention me. I had him on a. I tried to record him. I say something about me, in a record, but my camera didn't record. But what he said was, uh, "This is the craziest guy, Bill Gore." Or, this is the craziest guy I know. Okay. How old is that? This book is signed Christmas 1946. How do I do that? Here we go. Like this, right? So you can see it. Oh, Christmas 1946. Since YouTube can't figure it out, come on, YouTube, get a clue. I'm not trying to cut my hair, so I don't need to see it mirror image. uh, yeah, yeah. Well, you ought to come by. This is where it tells you right here where I am. It says, because this is where I am. Oop. We'll turn it around. We'll turn the phone around for you. Yeah, well, it's a creek also. So, and we get here on it, little Beaver on his own, and he has a chapter in Fenn's Once Upon a While is me and little Beaver, and little Beaver has gone in there alone on his own. So little Beaver was there at the put in, was told to stay there to put in, which meant stay here. So we have Willie in the pond. Yeah, when they did that, where's Leroy? And they kidnapped Leroy, and he wanted the Oscar Mayer wiener. It's like, man, I was the Oscar Mayer wiener last year. They say like, be careful what you wish for, because obviously I wish to be an Oscar Mayer wiener at some point in my life, and and I ended up being an Oscar Mayer wiener down there, and I went to Albuquerque, went to the Smiths, and there was a wiener mobile. Get my picture with wet wiener. It's just having fun. I'm super stoked to do my Wilkins. Pick out pick out a place where he and his men could be trapped so easily. It wasn't like Wilkins to take chances, Muse read. So they were thinking an ambush. But yeah, and he gets here. Oop, yep, 184. So listen close. Little Beaver nodded. You're staying here. Must be. Put in the little fellow. So he's telling him to stay here. Put in is to stay here. Hit out a few weeks. Those are car stoppers views. So listen close. Little Beaver. Yeah. Good luck. Call me if you need help. I am in the state. Hope it won't be. No, it's not underwater. But I could show you these places. The Homer Brown. I'm up. I'm only gonna be here a few more days. I got to get out of here by Thursday or Friday, and go back to my other kid. I got my 14 days gonna be up. So, but I'm at Tired and Weak, Ducker Ponds. So. And I got my there's big Clovis face on the back of my RV, so you can't miss that. Send me an email. It was wabieagle@gmail.com or whatever. I can send you a phone number. I have to say I'm bummed. Couldn't get out there to see. Yeah. So this is right here. So listen close. You're staying here. Put in, little fellow. Oh, probably because I'm holding the phone. There's my mess. See, this is corn chips at 10,000 feet. It's like a big helium balloon. So he tells him to put in is to stay here. I can't go with anything else that meant. Stay here. But and then he tells them to go up a creek and stuff. So and you grab all the bananas on the way back, and what, you coming back to where you left little Beaver? I posted about it last week. Thanks for observing this deeper. I ordered that book more than it's been sitting at my son's house for a week. I've posted pictures of there at the Fred Harmon Museum. There's a gypsy wagon right out by the highway, right out in front. And he's got some like old Western buildings and things in there, but it's closed down. You can't even go in and take a look. There's some things outside you can look at, wagons and old farm stuff, and some old West looking buildings. I like his BB gun. Yeah, I don't have the Red Ryder one. I have because the Red Ryder one is just a one, and you can't pump up high, So I got mine. You can pump it 3 or 4 times and get more power out at more distance. And that's to go out of state. Yeah, yeah. I'm right by the Fenn's totem. If you see my Fenn's totem video, I'm a quarter mile away from that. It's I there's some trees in the way. Can't see it. And right now the aspens are starting to turn yellow, so it's a perfect time to be here. And Tuesday, Wednesday, it says blue sky. Today was a 20% chance of rain. That means it rained 5 times today. And it still can. So, yeah, tired and weak, tuckered. It's below the water high in the heavy loads. It's, I'm at 9,500 feet, and it's 60 degrees right now. 69 inside. Yeah, these creeks. When I went by there with Matt and Jessica last week, went by the creek. It was a foot lower than it is in May, June. In May, you have to come in snowshoes in May. There's still snow here in May. They opened the gate a little in June this year, and I was able to get up here and go start camping. 2 weeks up here, 2 weeks down below, 2 weeks up here, 2 weeks down below. But I found a whole lot of stuff down below to go explore. And after this 2 weeks here, I'm going back down there one more time, and probably not going to come back up here to camp again because it's getting cold, and that's when you don't want the black tank on the RV getting frozen. And I'm trying to decide if I go down to Quartzsite, Arizona, and around the different things, camp down there, or yeah, I'm trying to decide what, because nobody said, hey, come on down here and stay warm for the winter. Yeah, because I got my own RV. All I need is a place to park it. It's nice to have but I don't even hardly need a plug-in because I got my, I'm going to have my wind generator going here in the next couple days. The wind is no wind right now anyhow, so I'm not losing anything. But during the winter, you get lots of wind and lot less sun, so the wind generator is gonna get me through a lot of cold nights. Well, it'll provide my electricity and entertainment. I use propane to heat, but I want to get out of the. I stayed up here in Colorado last winter, and I don't look forward to being here this winter. uh, but I can. I can go over to my land and stay there. I got a thing from the people I'm buying the land from that, oh, you missed two payments and you owe us. I went in my bank account and said, nope, I didn't miss any payments. They're automatic. What about your land? Yeah, yeah, that's what I said. I don't. It's when it's 10 below and stuff like that, you don't want to be there. Yeah, straighten that out. Gotta comb that stuff occasionally. Had an ice cream the other day, man. You gotta clean it out. Were you reading my mind? What? You comb my hair? I do occasionally. What you gotta do is I gotta get more combs because half the time I don't have a comb with me, and just keep a comb in every in the back pocket of every pair of pants I got, and just leave them there. Wash them in there. Laundry machines clean combs real good. So do dishwashers. Put the comb in the dishwasher; it cleans it real good. You don't have to scrub them; just throw them in the dishwasher, right in there with the spoons and stuff. I don't have a dishwasher. You know who that was? See, and he's complaining. So that was about an hour. I'm up here at the ponds having oh, Arizona has some vet places. Yeah. Some of they say veterans, but it's like the what do you want? What are you barking about? Huh? He doesn't know. He tried to. I left him to talk to you, and he starts. What do you want? You want to say something? Is there a bear out there or something? Huh? What's out there, Jack? Yeah. Oh yeah. He thinks he's Lassie. He thinks I can understand him. Yeah. He thinks it's his show. We're gonna see what Jack wants here before we go here. What do you want? What do you want? What's your issue? Huh? What's your problem? He drags stuff outside. Okay, what'd you destroy today, Jack? Somebody here, I guess, went up the trail. There's... See, it looks nice over there. Yeah, it's cloudy gray. Oh, how'd you do that, Jack? What do you got? What are you eating deer poop? You dummy. Yeah, I don't know. You know, you can't. People say, "Oh, don't! It's not good for him to let him eat off your plate." Well, you should see some of the shit he eats outside. Yeah. What's it say here? Oh, you great brain. You do a great book. No, I'm not a good book reader. I get tangled up on it. And that book there had some printing issues with the like the S's were blurred and distorted. Oh, Jack, still nice country. Yeah, this is beautiful up here. And when you go on Google Earth, the top of that hill up there is like Nazca. There's a deer, and there's a Grim Reaper, and there's a girl in a dress with her leg out. You know? Yeah, I like my see. There's some legs, all scratched up, and scabbed, and go hiking. You don't like me, huh, Jack? No, no, no. Yeah, little Aspen doesn't have a lot of chance with him here. Thought there was another one. I haven't seen the cows, so I think the rancher took his cows down to lower pasture. And some hadn't seen my. You come up here and you're looking for me. This is how you find me. With the big face on the back here. You see? There's an eye. There's the other eye, the nose, and the mouth. It's a big. It's just. How can you miss that? So that's going to hypnotize people while I'm driving down the road. So that's just one amazing face. Yeah, I'm too far from Jack. He's complaining. Yeah, what did you get from the book summary? Book summary. I didn't read the book summary. I only read part of that one chapter. I've read 2 pages of one chapter, and I found clues. What put in means. Put in means stay here. That's how Forrest learned what put in was when he was a kid. That book's 1940. He was 16 when I didn't look at the published date of that book. Where is it? There it is. Because it was a gift to this kid in 1946, but when is it written? 1939. So, yeah, Forrest was 9 years old. He was 9 years old when this came out. The person who had it got it in 46. So, but that doesn't mean it wasn't a book that kids, when Forrest was 12, this book was available. Here are postage stamps. Yeah, this. Yeah, what year was on that? What year was on that check? 36, I think. 1936 was on that check. This is copyright 1941. Illustration copyright 1939. So this came out when he was 11 years old. The illustrations were done a year before. And that's what Forrest talks about, books that have drawings in them and stuff, illustrations. And there's a few in here. Maybe there's some. Red, what trapped the cast? What might be in these illustrations? There's Little Beaver and Red Ryder. So looking at tracks. Death lurked outside their homes. The book is cool, yeah. Yeah, they're on, I think there's a PDF. You can read the book online if you want. Oh, and Red faced the werewolf. No place for the meek. Wolf Canyon. And they slipped away before dawn. So there's just a bunch of, yeah, there's another illustration. The posse feared Red Ryder. The posse feared Red Ryder. Oh, he turned outlaw. But he started into the gorge. See? He's taking the canyon down. started into the gorge. And the canyon down. Finishing his task, Red hurried to assist Little Beaver, who was dodging and dancing around the third man, holding the rope tight. Teachers were holding the rope tight, but having a hard time keeping out of the way of his rushing attacks. With Red's help, the man was soon lying beside his teammates, puffing and spitting sand. That does it, young'un. Red Riders and Little Beaver should 'em. See, should 'em. What kind of word is that? Yeah. But should 'em stick their own knives in black hearts. Yeah, Red Ryder and Little Beaver should stick their own knives in black hearts. Breathed the little Indian with savage vengeance. Oh, that's Little Beaver. He's the little Indian. Red Ryder slowly shook his head. No, Little Beaver, our job ain't to kill black-hearted devils like these, just to hand them over to the law. He sat down on a rock, Little Beaver at his feet, looking up at him. See ya, young. Okay, well, this is gone. I don't see any clues there. I'd have to read it. But, yeah, well, the thing was, I read 2 pages of it and found what put in means. And he says to listen. And then what put in means to stay here. Sam Locke was caught by Red. One more illustration. Little Beaver was left on guard. Oh, yeah. So little Beaver, he's left on guard. That's what it says. Ooh, get some ideas for that. Yep. There you go. Red Rider got the breakfast. Okay. And the last sketch in the book is an off to new adventures. Another Omega. Um, yeah, I'm about done. Trying to push some more thoughts out. Hi, Togo. You got something to say, Togo? You gonna bark? You can call the dog, Togo? Nope, not if you ask me to perform, I'm not doing it. How did you find the book? It was on Amazon. I searched for it on Amazon. Uh, I was searching for Red Rider on Amazon, old comic books, and when I seen the title was Secret of Wolf Canyon, it had to do with where I'm at. So I ordered a copy, but you can find it. You can read. There's a PDF online and all that. But I've got somebody's old, you know. I bet I could find the guy that owned the book. I can find him on Family Search and know when he was born, when he died, and I'll bet he died not too long ago. And this was probably part of his, one of the books in his bookshelf when he died, and his family called an auctioneer and sold them all off, and so it ends up on eBay and Amazon. Oh, yep. Yeah, read them. And some of the Red Rider comic strips might have, but right there, boom. Wolf Canyon, Little Beaver alone. Me and Little Beaver in Forrest Fenn's book. Little Beaver alone in that book tells him to put in. To put in is to stay here. Don't go nowhere. Put in here. People used to say stuff different. I've got a book that was written in the Civil War, and some of the ways people talk, but the language changes over the years. People talk different, you know. So what put in means today isn't what put in meant in 1939. So that's it. I think hour and a half. Anything important? I thought it was barking. Very. Yeah, he does bark. Togo's a smart bird, aren't you, Togo? He'll be 19 in the end of December. Uh, he's a Millennium Bird. The 28th of December, he's the age of the next. The New Year's coming. So he's 18 all 2018. He'll be 19 all of 2019. One good clue. The Forrest talks to the one good clue is treasure is bold. Treasure is bold because it's on the map. It's boom. It's on Google Earth. Treasure is bold. Treasure is bold. It's Google Earth has it, and um, um, The word treasure is on the map. If you can't find the word treasure on the map of your area, then you're not in the right area. My treasure's bold. Places, yeah, that's on there. Come on. Slow computers. There. Yep. I'm on the right part of the map. It's just forever loading the places. Or I'd show you. Treasure's bold. I'm still on my. I think tomorrow I get my high speed back, and I'm not on penalty for watching too much YouTube and stuff after tomorrow. You know, the Verizon's babysits their customers, and you know, if you get in trouble, they punish you. They punish your service is what they're doing is they're punishing themselves by making you hate them and want to go to another company, you know. Oh, my tea boiling away. What are you after, Jack? He's trying to pull something out of my box over by the door. Something to pull something out to drag it outside and shred it. No, Jack. There, Jack. Look. Hey, Jack. What are you doing, huh? What are you doing? What are you doing? He's a good dog. Mostly. He destroys something at least once a week. But I'll call it quits. Looks like my video's getting jittery. Where's the cold? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where's the cold. It's worth the cold. I think is being put on because you found it, and it's worth the cold because you're not going to have the treasure until after he passes away. Like, like he told his granddaughter that she could have that sculpture that's on his fireplace, but she can't have it until both him and Peggy are passed away. And you might, you know, who knows what Forrest would do if Peggy went first, you know. um, and and we know nothing about Peggy's ideas on those situations, you know. But we do know Forrest would consider throwing his bones on the chest, we'll say, you know. Um, and that would make it quite a bit easier to find. So if Peggy passes away and Forrest disappears, well, you know it's time to go look for the treasure because you can find him with your nose at that point. Because, yeah, everybody stinks when they're rotten out there in the woods. Anything dead smells. You can smell it from 200 feet away or 500 feet away. 12 feet, heavy loads of water. 12 feet, well, heavy loads, I I believe, are the ski lifts, quad chairs. There's 4 people in each chair. There's 200 chairs. You know, you got maybe four. You have 4 people in there that are each 200 pounds, and so there's 800 pounds each chair times 100 chairs. So add 2 more zeros. 2 more zeros. 80,000 pounds for 100 chairs. But they probably have 200 or 300 chairs on that cable. So you're looking at more weight than a semi truck carries. So that's a heavy load. Right there, no place for the meek. But that's kind of the middle, somewhere over the rainbow, and we're looking for the ends of the rainbow. Well, I found one end of the rainbow and the other end of the rainbow, and it's somewhere in between. And so you got 20, 30 miles to cover in between the two ends of the rainbow. It's not easy. Beaver. You sure can't stumble if you're lying down. You need to see that chest until you're laying on the ground looking under the right bush. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, maybe he talks about tripping over the tombstone. You're going to be walking through the grass and trip over it. The belly high grass and the 300-foot meadows and that he talked about in Vietnam or Laos, wherever, with the 300-foot meadow with belly high grass. And I got an area that matches where he was rescued with the karst, and I was like, wow, it's straight somewhere, but you look everywhere, it's like, short of getting a metal detector and checking everything, you know, we're all expecting to see it in something that's, that says, look, somebody obviously made this pile of rocks or something that's out of place. But these rock sculptures are all pretty out of place, and there's stories on them. So I don't know. I'm running out of things to talk about. I've got less things to pull out of my head. Train Jack to sniff out bras. He'll find the chest. Yeah, he went over. You weren't there in Santa Fe, but Sean Martinez was there with his girlfriend, and Jack growled at Sean's girlfriend. I couldn't figure out at that time. I couldn't figure out why he would growl at her, but I think Jack had stumbled upon a mountain lion and scared the shit out of him. And I think she has a cat, and he could smell the cat on her, and really the only cat he's had experience with was the mountain lion, and so so I have to see what he does when he because he had been. There are no cats around here. The only cats around here are mountain lions. Yeah. So yeah, and I've watched some videos of people tangling with mountain lions, and like I said, I think these mountain lions, they like the rabbits and the small little things. If you're a big dude, they don't want nothing to do with you. But if you're a little kid, if you walk in through the woods, you better keep an eye on your little kids, because you watch these videos of people at the zoo, and the kids are up at the glass, and the cats run up. They think, oh, easy meal, you know. And the kids, oh look, no, that cat wants to kill your kid and eat your kid. That's reality. There's no purple porpoises. Yeah. Yeah, they'll just come up, grab the kid, and run off in the woods. You never see your kid again. Maybe you see their skull or something down at the police station, but you're not going to put that cat took them. And I don't see many. Oh, coming out of here, there was a rib cage with fresh, still red meat on it and stuff. Maybe a small deer or something, but something was eating something right in the road coming in here. Um, Not many things come with Jack here and stuff. Even they don't want to. He'll bark at him, but Jack's not one of the little dogs. I watch this one girl. She takes her little dog. The lap dog. You take your lap dog out in the forest and think, oh, just he can run around. Your little lap dog is dessert for a mountain lion. You know, you got to have a medium to big dog at least to because you always hear about people in Golden and Boulder and stuff. The mountain lions they let their little dog out to go to the bathroom, and it gets eaten by a mountain lion. You know, I was going to visit a friend up in the hills above Golden. Yeah, it had to be back in 2000 when I had my Cadillac, because right just before about 20 feet from his driveway, in the ditch on the side of the road, was a mountain lion and two cubs eating on a deer carcass. And I pulled up and I put the window down just a couple inch and looked out there, and the lion just looks and didn't. It's like, well, you're not bothering me. We're gonna keep eating. Yeah, that was beautiful. But that was before the phones with the cameras and all that. Nowadays, I'd still have a picture of it if I nowadays. Speaking of still having it, I'm having trouble with my damn backup drive because it's so big. It's such a big backup drive that you run the thing to fix the disk and to run out. It takes days, and the computer turns off, and then it screws up the back. Oh. So I need to be plugged in somewhere where I have electricity that will stay on for a week or so while that backup drive runs its 5 terabytes. It takes forever to run ScanDisk on a 5 terabyte drive. Okay, have a good one. We'll see you later. That's Alice Cooper right there. Yeah, I got a 5 terabyte, and I got like 3 2 terabyte drives. Adios. Have a good one. See you, Jake. Jana. Adios.